What's up guys, Nathan here, and today I'm going to give you one simple trick that's going to help you start winning at poker fast. Let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so there's one simple method, strategy that I've used over the years to create actually some of the highest winnings of all time, especially in low stakes cash games online. For any of you guys who have been following me over on my blog for the last 15 years, I've been posting my results on there, and I was able to eventually turn this game into a full-time income. I've played professionally for over 10 years, and I've been traveling the world now as well for over 10 years and gotten into teaching the game and so on. But anyways, there is one simple thing that really helped me, I think, get ahead in this game much more than anything else. And I'm going to walk you through it step by step in today's video. Now, what is this one thing? It's that I got absolute max value every single time versus the recreational players. Guys, if there's one thing that I see again and again in today's games that is holding so many people back, is that they win tiny pots with big hands versus the recreational players, aka the fish, as we lovingly refer to them as. I'm sorry, I'm not the most politically correct poker player out there, so I am going to refer to them as the fish in this video. These are the players who make large fundamental mistakes. They play all sorts of bad hands. They call you down with anything, so on and so forth. They chase every single draw. You guys know what I'm talking about. These are the weekend warriors, the hobbyists. Often they're having a few at the table. They just play this game for fun, guys, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, by the way. But these are the players that we make the real money against in poker. A lot of people get it twisted these days. They're always trying to outplay good players. Guys, the money in this game comes from the recreational players. So let's talk about a hand right now. You call with two red fours, pocket fours on the button versus an EP open raise from a whale. Now, a whale is one of the two types of recreational players. The other one is a maniac. If you don't know the player types or the board positions, EP means early position. If you don't know any of that stuff, I would recommend just reading my free poker cheat sheet. That'll be the top link in the description below. Gives you my basic strategy, player types, board positions, what hands to play, and so on. Anyways, standard call for us here. Flop comes down gin for us with the ace of hearts, four of spades, and six of diamonds. So guys, this is the absolute pinnacle of how you make money in poker, is flopping sets against bad players like this. It only happens around 1 in 8 times, 1 in 9 times, around there. But the biggest thing you need to understand is that we need to get the maximum value versus these players every single time. So we're going to assume that the whale goes ahead and min bets in this situation. Now, you guys have probably seen this many times before. The pot will be $10 and they'll bet the very minimum, $1 for example. So let's talk about that right now. What should we do versus a $1 min bet from a fish? Something I love to do. Well guys, you need to be raising it up big. You should raise it in this spot to $15. A lot of people will only make it like $4 or something here. Guys, you want to make a pot size raise. This is how you build a big pot, and this is how you win big pots. Guys, you always need to remember that there is a snowball effect in poker. If you only raise it to $4 now, you're artificially keeping the pot small later on in the hand, and it's going to be much more difficult to get their entire stack. And guys, make no mistake, that is the absolute goal in every single poker hand. When you have a monster hand like we do right now with a set of fours, is you want to get their entire stack. This is literally where the rubber meets the road in poker, guys, and it's literally how I was able to create some of the highest winnings of all time in the lower stakes games, is I win the maximum. I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but I want you guys to really understand this on a deeper level. So let's assume the fish calls, turn comes with the king of clubs. Another really good spot. Remember guys, recreational players love to play hands with an ace or a king in them, and when they hit those on the flop, turn, river, they don't fold basically for anything. We also need to remember, guys, that we're playing low stakes here. This is something that people often forget these days, guys, is that with the recreational players, when you're literally playing for the price of a movie ticket or an Uber ride, they don't care about the amount of money involved, guys. You're not going to scare them out of the pot because you bet $10. It's not an amount that is meaningful to most recreational players. So the fish min bets again. What should you do? Guys, you want to make a committing raise in this situation. You want to raise it up enough to simply let the fish know that, hey, we're playing for stacks here. And often that still won't even register in their mind. It doesn't really matter. What you want to do is you want to create a raise so big here that it's going to be easy to get the stacks in on the river, so that we're not over betting in a massive amount in order to get the stacks in. This is the situation that a lot of people are in, is their raises have been so tiny early on in the hand that the amount of stack behind on the river is 4, 5, 10 times the pot in many cases, and this is why they can't get the stacks in. So let's move on to the river. The river just comes down with anything. It doesn't matter. There's literally no card in the deck that we're fearing at this point. And guys, even if there's only $50 in the pot and you've got $100 still behind, you want to go all in this situation. Guys, do not bet $25 here like everybody else. You need over bet jamming in situations like this, especially on the river, and also building up the pot like we just talked about on the flop and turn. This is what allowed me to win far more than everyone else. This is why my win rates at NL2, NL5, NL10, NL25, and so on online were consistently orders of magnitude higher than the other regulars, because they all made this fundamental mistake of artificially keeping pots small versus recreational players who are willing to call more. Remember guys, we're not playing for large amounts of money here. We're not playing for anything that matters to the weekend warrior in a $1, $2 game, or a 10-cent, 25-cent cash game on the internet, or a $10 buy-in tournament. You don't have to be afraid of scaring them out of the pot, guys. If they have an ace or a king on a board like this, they've got top pair, middle pair, they're not folding. It is your job as a winning, successful poker player to make sure that they pay the maximum every single time. Guys, I've discussed in these videos before, there's a reason why Apple doesn't sell their iPhones for $100, because they know that their average customer is willing to pay much more than that. You need to take the same approach with poker. Make them pay what they're willing to pay. Don't bet small like everyone else, or because you heard that that's some sort of GTO strategy or something. That's nonsense, guys. If you want to stay break even and struggling in poker, then bet small amounts with big hands. If you want to win big and potentially turn this into a semi-pro or even a professional career for yourself, I think that some of the advice in this video to make massive raises and even overbet jam versus the recreational players with big hands is going to help you out a lot more. It certainly helped me out. So guys, like and subscribe if you found this one helpful. And also, once again, if you want to know my entire strategy to crush all 5 major poker player types and my complete strategy of what hands to play, so on and so forth, make sure you grab a copy of my free poker cheat sheet. That'll be the top link in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys. I will catch you next time. I hope this one helped. All the best to the poker tables, unless you're on mine.